Alrighty, well, I guess we're returning to the world of John Wick. Ballerina is a brand new 2025 action film directed by Lynn Wiseman, starring Ana de Armas, and I've been very excited for this movie. The first four John Wick movies are the pinnacle of action films, at least for this generation, and I was very excited for the Continental spinoff that came out a couple years ago. Didn't really care for it, unfortunately, but I had hope for this one. I really was excited to see the Ruska Roma be explored a little more. Angelica Houston came back from her role in the third movie. Winston came back, and I believe this was the last recorded performance of Lance Reddick before he passed away. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this, starting off with the good, and there's still a lot that I really liked here. First of all, Ana de Armas, really great here. I've always liked her in the stuff that I've seen her in. Knives Out probably being my favorite performance from her. I thought she was really great. I thought that she gave a really good stunt-driven performance. She's a lot like John Wick in the way that she's not a deep character. She's kind of just the action hero. And honestly, I'm all here for it. I really enjoyed what she brought to this role. Angelica Houston as well. Really good to see her back after she sat the fourth John Wick movie out. Really interesting to see how she handles the fallout of Chapter 3. Even though they don't fully explore that, there's still some hints at it. Really enjoyed what Angelica Houston did here. And outside of those two characters, I thought the story was really good. It's your John Wick type movie. You got a revenge thriller plot. I really enjoyed what they did here. The action is phenomenal, as with every John Wick movie. Lynn Wiseman is just really good at directing action, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't particularly care for him as a director, but I always have. I enjoyed the two Underworld movies he did. I really enjoyed the Die Hard movie that he did, the fourth one, which we will review those movies eventually. But yeah, really like how Lynn Wiseman does the action. Apparently Chad Stahelski, who did the directing for the first four John Wick movies, also helped out with the action a little bit, and it really shows. Especially a third act where the ballerina, Ana de Armas' character, is just going through this town, taking out all these bad guys. She's got a flamethrower. Really fun stuff. You can definitely see the John Wick style inspiration there. So really enjoyed that. The stunts are great. I really love the stunts. I believe Ana de Armas did her own stunts here. I could be wrong, but I believe she did. So points there for her. And finally, the score is really good. I enjoyed the score. Adds to the action set pieces. And also, with the action, this is probably the goriest of this franchise. It's been said already, but I'm going to reiterate. Yeah, this is probably the goriest one. There's a lot of scenes where guys are just getting blown into red mist with a grenade. Really fun stuff there. So highly enjoyed that. That's about all for the good. On to the mixed, and unfortunately for the mixed, I'm gonna have to say the inclusion of John Wick himself in this movie. Now I know that this is set between 3 and 4, so it doesn't exactly negate the ending to 4, but it does negate the time between 3 and 4, because between 3 and 4, at least the opening of 4, makes us believe that John Wick has been in hiding. He hasn't done anything for these past couple years. He's just been pissed off, training in the Bowery King's basement, and we just forget about this random adventure he went on in the third act of this movie. Keanu Reeves is still good in the role, obviously. He always has been. But I just don't know. I don't know. They obviously just put him in this movie to market it to John Wick fans, obviously. I mean, I was excited for it even without John Wick being in it. They put him in there to put him in the trailer, to put him on the posters, and to sell tickets, put butts in seats. But yeah, the inclusion of John Wick, just a bit of a mixed aspect for me. That's about all for the mix. Onto the bad, and unfortunately, there's a couple things I don't like here. First of all, you have the villain. I like Gabriel Byrne as an actor. I loved him in Hereditary. Everybody talks about Toni Collette in that movie. I think Gabriel Byrne was just as great. But this character just really isn't memorable, and yeah, didn't really care for the villain. Also, there's a lot of characters in this movie that just end up feeling like they were wasted. Like, you get a couple characters in here, you think they're going to be teaming up with Eve, on Ana de Armas's character. You think they're going to be teaming up with her. Oh, this is going to be a really interesting dynamic between these two, and that character's gone. Then we get another character. Same exact setup. Oh, they're going to work together. There's going to be an interesting dynamic, and that character's gone as well. So yeah, there were a couple characters that just felt a little wasted in this movie. That's about all for the bad. On to final thoughts. I did enjoy this movie. This is probably the weakest of the John Wick films, but it's still better than the Continental, so you can rest easy. But yeah, this movie was a bit of a mixed bag, but I did enjoy it for the most part. Ballerina was a good enough action film. It was a good enough entry into the John Wick franchise. I hope we get more from this world, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on Ballerina. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.